think I'm in frame. I think by now I'd have like a general idea. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. Goodwill haul. Miscellaneous stuff. Okie dokie. Again, it's another gloomy, icky day. Well, it's a brighter of the gloomy, icky days, but I'm still not quite sure how much of me you're going to see. So, I shall get right into this. And I shall start with the Goodwill stuff, I guess. Now, I went Thursday. I didn't get a chance to go any other time during the week, really, because there's other stuff going on. So I just went to the Thursday one. And it wasn't just me, because Laura, the person I mentioned before, was like, yeah, where the hell did everybody come from? It was like every person in their snot-nosed little brat was there again. And it just, I don't, I'm not afraid of crowds. They just piss me off. I mean, it's like, get out of my way, people. I am shopping. So that's what the first time, the normal time I go. And I got a couple of things. And I went back with Grace, who finally bought something. And then it was a lot calmer, so I could actually enjoy myself a bit more. So I got a couple other things. So this was from the second time. And this was one of the little 50-cent things. And it's just a nightgown. And it said small, but it's stretchy, so I figured, at least I can squeeze some part of me in it. But it's actually pretty comfortable. It's, a hideous shade of green. But they're cats. I am the crazy cat lady in your neighborhood, okay? Deal. And it's like, especially when it had the little water dish that said cat, and it has purr, has a little yellow kitty with a yarn ball, and general one sitting there and snoozing, and it's all over a little nightie. And it just had to be mine. Oh, come on. I am a sucker for anything with a cat on it. And yes, it has been already covered with Kefren's cat hair. So, it is now officially mine. It is from Character, 60% cotton, 40% polyester. But it's really comfy. It's like a, t-shirt material. And I don't like nightgowns on their own per se because I end up mummifying myself in them. Because I don't roll over, I rotate. So you're like this in the morning. So I just wore it as a top with, my previous Goodwill haul pants. And does anybody color coordinate their bedclothes? I'm like, this sort of accidentally coordinates, but this has so many colors you could go with anything, but it's like, are people crazy enough to coordinate the clothes they wear to bed? I, for one, it'd be like a chartreuse top and a polka dot bottom. I'm like, if you're sleeping, what the hell ever. Plus, if somebody comes to the door in the time you would be wearing your night clothes, maybe it'll tell them not to come to your door when you're wearing your night clothes. Because I have what will be part of my costume. I have a couple of them. The bloody nightgown with, blood splatters all over. And I'd come to the door like that. I have done so, actually. People knocking on the door trying to sell crap. And, it's like, they look at me with, the blood-stained thing. And I'm like, yeah, you might want to question coming to my door. Great deterrent. Anywho, the next thing I got, which was from the first part of the day, was this. That is inside out because it is a size 23 and I am not. But actually it needs very little taking in. It's just around the chest. And it's okay if it flows out wider on the bottom, so that's not really necessary to tuck in really. So I've got to sew it shortly. And I don't know if you'll be able to pick up the I don't know what the word is, iridescentness to it. Now, not too long ago, I picked up a blue one like this. And all I've ever had was blue ones. This is a purple one, and it's really pretty. And this was 50 cents, too. But like I said, it was a size 23. So I just tucked it in where it would go between, well, with me, it's below my shoulder blades. Just enough so it kind of stays put. And it'll be kind of almost bustle-like in the back once I sew it, since it's not really necessary to tighten up the bottom. So I have a purple one of these, and they're really comfy, and they're just very pretty. And like I said with the other ones, what I used to do would be, in the winter time, I would wear this with, my leggings, and then maybe put, my gorilla sweater or just a shirt over it, so all you would see is the skirt part, which is what I used to love to do. So that is a project that will probably be done in the next hour. You know, given the half an hour I'll be babbling here. But yeah, I thought, and it's just a pretty shade of purple. I mean, it just catches the light a certain way. And it's just a black dress underneath. See, I don't quite... And I think it's just the way it's made, where it's like some of the threads might be black this way and then it's shiny purple this way, so when you hit a certain angle, that depends on the color you see. So I really, really love these dresses. And this one has a tag somewhere that I probably buried. Did have a tag. Swear I did. Oh, in the straps though, they were, I don't know if the person did this or if that was the way it was designed, but it looked like it was meant to go around your neck because they're two very long separate things. And I'm like, no? Just made the front look funny. So I just cut them down, tied them to the lovely extra straps you hang them on, and kind of made these type of straps. I honestly have no idea where it's very hard to see in a dark dress where anything is. Ah, there you are. Okay. The brand is called Nadine. Union of Needle Traders. Industrial and Textile Employees Unite. Union made in the USA. And it is acetate, nylon, and acetate. Size 23. I don't know if it was like that custom thing. It's one of those weird, obscure sizes I've never heard of. I'm, what, 12 now? 10, 12, I don't know. I'm somewhere in there. Yes, project should go there. Okay. Now the next thing I got, which I'll kind of show you this. Doesn't quite, it's a pupa right now. I don't know. What are the, like, baby spider eggs called? I don't know. But this is the prototype to a spider backpack. So I've just now managed to, like, connect the legs. I'm probably going to widen the head, because when you sew it down a few times, it'll be like really, really tiny details. But I just want to kind of figure out how to put it together. And it's just one of those pants I got way back in one of the hauls. So that's the prototype. And I got this to maybe make, if it comes out, to make the actual bag out of, because I don't know how many denim spiders there are. I think you'd want something somewhat fuzzy. So I got this, and I think it came from Walmart because it's white stag, and it's grande, but it's actually a little big on me. I did wear it last night because what I had as a coat was a little too cold, so I just sort of wore it out as a jacket. And it's kind of a towel material. I'd rather have like more of a sweatshirt material, but I couldn't find anything. But it's a good, substitute. But for some weird reason they put the pockets where your boobs are. Not exactly practical. So I did get this for material, even though it does fit. I'm thinking it'll be okay for material. I'm not quite sure. It was only a 50-cent thing, so if it fails, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm hoping this will be a better version of that. And that came from the first part of the thing. And the second thing I got, this was regular price, but, so it was like $5. But I really like these style of dresses, and usually you only find them for like very tiny individuals. I guess everybody in the Asian countries is just microscopic. Zip it up here so we can look at the picture. There we go. And it is, I don't know if there's a name for these type of dresses, but I just call it an Asian style dress, where you have that little design across the chest and little high collar. And of course it was red and black, and we all know how I love that color scheme. And it does fit, but the size here, it comes from Pro Mod, and it's like a whole list of different sizes, some of which you can't really see. It goes 5, I don't know what the heck that says, something CH and D in the first grid. So it's like, so I guess small, medium, and large. It's, no, that still wouldn't work because it's 40, 38, 38. Then you've got E, F, and H, 42, 40, and something else. Then you get L, R, and UK, 40, 40, and 14. So the only size I kind of went by was the 14, but that's a UK size. So I don't know where the heck. So I have absolutely no idea what the actual size of this is, but it fits up top fine. But it's a little slim in the booty. But then I put it on over jeans too, just to see if I could at least get in it. So so I can get my person in it. And I wore it, you know, just threw it on when I was trying it out. And then we went for a dinner run, and somebody liked it, thought it was a shirt because I just had it bunched up around my waist since it wasn't, you know, since I had my jeans on. She's like, oh, it's a dress, actually. I was like, oh, it's cool. So I thought it was very, very pretty. I like this styling of dress. But the zipper doesn't want to quite go all the way up to the collar here, which is fine with me, actually. I mean, and it's very comfy to wear. It does wrinkle a lot, though, but so I thought it was pretty, and it's a good length. It's about the right length for me, like above. I like skirts and or dresses to come between the knee and the hip, like right in the middle of your thigh, well, the femur part of your person, right in the middle, because I have such short legs. You know, anything too long makes you that much shorter. Anything too short won't cover your ass. So with somebody with a 4-inch discrepancy in their legs, it's a little challenging. But this seemed to be a good length. Follies. Let's see. And the next things are just sort of little bits and bobbles. And after the fiasco of the flip cam that you will see in the Renaissance Fair video, I wanted a camera case for my flip cam here that had a little better loop, because I had it on just one of those little ball chains, and somehow it slipped off, and I'm like, like, Funai, fine, I don't mind if I lose that, the other one, but well, I love my flip cam. I don't even know if you can get those anymore. And that was just sheer dumb. It was a, well, if you see my flip cam review there, it was a discontinued type clearance thing at Kmart, so I don't even know if you can still get them new. But I really, really like my flip cam. So I wanted a little more secure case. It is a bit bigger than I'd like. It looks like something from like, well, there's a picture of Texas with IT on it. I thought it was like Texas Instruments, so maybe something from like a calculator or something might have come in here at one time. I don't know. But it's kind of plasticky, so I don't know if it'd be a little waterproof. And it's got a nice little padding on the inside. But it's still a little bit too big, but that's okay. I'd kind of like it if the zipper had the double zippers, so you can kind of keep it closed on one side, but if you just zip it like this, I can grab my camera, because I want a little more ease of use. So that should be a bit more secure. I mean, it's ugly as hell, but maybe I'll stick a skull on it or something. You know, when you're wearing it on your belt during, like, the run fairs or something. So, I got that. And it was only $1, so that was okay. I mean, I like the little case that I have, but there's just no way to connect it to anything, really. And it doesn't really offer too much padding either, so. And I don't know if you can see these, but these are a couple of wreaths I just finished. I'm never sure how much farther to go with something like this. You know, is this too much? Is it not enough? I don't know. Still covered in hot glue here. Anywho, I'm sitting there, Grace is fiddling with her money, and I saw this sitting there. And it's, and then you knew it was Indiana Jones right off, and I'm like, oh yeah, It was only 50 cents. And it's from Crystal Skull, obviously. Did they even do anything like that at McDonald's or Burger King during the original 3 movies? I don't know. But, if anybody remembers the scene there with the sand, and you push down Indy and the sand disappears and reveals the skull. And this came from Burger King. Now, we had a Burger King not down the street for years and years and years. Then they disappeared. And then KFC came in and now they disappeared. So the only Burger King left that is any nearby is, my heater's going off and on there, is in Hadley, which is like 30 minutes away. Remember the day when if there was a McDonald's, there's a Burger King right next door. Nope, the next one is Sturbridge, but very rarely do we go Sturbridge way. So, if you want a Burger King hamburger, it is an actual trip out of the way. So, otherwise I probably would have gotten whatever version Happy Meal Burger King has. You can actually buy this stuff without buying the actual meal, because we did that with the Star Trek movie stuff, so I got a bunch of Star Trek swag from Burger King when we went, what was it, 2009? It's like 50 cents a piece or 25 cents a piece, so. But I thought that was cool, but kind of makes me wish, you know, I knew what the other stuff was, because this was just cool. And kind of reminiscent of the very first movie when he has that gold head and he's like weighing the sand, so kind of tied everything in. So I just thought he was cool. I have no idea where I'm going to put Indy right now, but right now he's sitting there. Now, if you notice, with my hair trying to eat my face here, this is an very once alive, real bug type thing. This is a scorpion. I was going to call him a scarab. Sorry. A resin scarab. Why do I want to call him a scarab? Scarab's a beetle. I'm sorry. It is a scorpion. Yes, a scorpion. And a friend of mine gave me this, and I added the necklace part to it. And I really, really, really like him because he's really, really cute. So, yesterday, I saw that. And this was $1.50, and it just reminded me of the necklace that I thought about putting on like a couple of days ago. I'm like, you know, I haven't worn that in a while. I think I should wear it again. And if you're afraid of arachnids or bugs of any sort, you might want to back away now. But here is a better view, I hope, of my pretty scorpion. And I'm kind of interested to know how they mount these guys. Now, he's obviously a lot bigger than my necklace, but I'm not quite sure if... Well, yeah, I would guess that's about the size because of the circumference of the bottom part. But you might English failing, you might have a bit of, I want to call it microscopy, but it's zooming in. What the hell is that word now? Magnification, that's the word I'm looking for. Has a bit of the magnification because of the dome feature, so it might look a little bigger than he is, but he isn't exactly a tiny scorpion. And I'm not quite sure how resins work. You can kind of tell they layered a layer of resin on your mounting base, mounted the scorpion, but isn't this a hot material? And when you pour the resin on top of the insect, wouldn't it like melt the insect? I don't know. Or arachnid in this case. But I thought it was just so flippin' cool. I don't know the species or anything about this particular scorpion, where he came from, and I don't know much about this little fella either. They look similar as far as, you know, they're gold. Oh, that's where his eyeballs are. Oh. I mean, they look like they're a similar species, just he's a little smaller than this one. I don't know. But I like the big one because you can see so much more of the detailing. You can almost, he's transparent, so you can almost see his insides. Yes, I like this style. It would be really, really, really awesome if I did have an actual scarab, i.e. dung beetle. But I do not. But I thought he was really, really, really cool. So I picked him up. I think it's funny, too, how the legs on the bottom are a lot bigger than the legs up front. I don't know if that would hinder walking. You'd kind of be at like a angle like this, so your butt, being a scorpion, I suppose that's the advantage. Your butt's in the air and your head's down. So, it's kind of interesting. Okay, bug conversation over. Now, the next few things aren't from Goodwill. One sort of is, but I've probably... I don't know if this ever made a haul or if I got them way before that. I think I got them quite a ways before that. And I don't think they made it into my sneaker haul because I hadn't got them at that point. Because they had been... No, this wouldn't have made it into the sneaker haul because they've been buried in my house for over a decade. I have no idea. For a very, very, very long time. Now these are a pair Well, if that's the case, I don't know, maybe I got them at Salvation Army, but I have no idea where these came from. But they're actual nursing sneakers. They're Cuddles something or other. And they are a comfy shoe. Why I got white Cuddles, I have no idea. Well, I'm going as like a zombie doctor for Halloween. So I took red fabric paint and did that to them. And yes, I wore them grocery shopping one day. Just because I could. Probably wear them again today, actually, since they're here and I might as well put them on. And I just think they just look so much cooler that way. I made white shoes actually attractive. So I did just the random splatter all the way around. Some actually got inside the shoe. Sort of. I showed. Put that one on. And they slip on easy, you know. And there's that one. And I think these are actually leather. They look leather-ish. I don't know. Leather upper, yeah. 7. Made in China. So I made a really ugly white shoe. Really, really cool. And yes, I wear them anytime I want. I just wear them out because I can. Why not? Actually, I think I wore this particular outfit Monday with my Marilyn Manson shirt and my bloody sneakers. Except everybody was more looking at my hair than anything on my feet, so so that was rather interesting. So I will have these sneakers, my doctor's pants, which made it into a haul. If not my medic t-shirt, my prototype for my bloody nightgown. I might go with bloody nightgown, I don't know. But it's all covered, you know, with the same concept as that. But I put on my hands and kind of did that. But I like the medic one where it looks like your surgery and then did that. And then, so I'm still debating. And I found actual surgical masks at the dollar store. But I can't find the stupid stethoscope and things I got specifically for that last year. Which really pisses me off because I know I'm going to find it after Halloween. So that is the plan. So after that long-winded ramble about nothing, the next thing I have came from the Renaissance Fair. And I just loved this one. And yes, I did test them out. I'm like, I'm not paying $6 for a pen that doesn't work. But this screws off and is pretty much just your standard like Bic pen cartridge. So it's easy enough to like change out, which is cool. Otherwise I would have paid $6 for it. And it came with like a cap on the bottom that I stuck on there, but if you keep taking it off and on, you end up losing it. So I'm like, eh. And it's just random black ink. It's a ballpoint pen, so it's nothing overly special. Some of them are a little more like, so this was like the straightest one. The skulls look the best. So this is a really fun pen to have. So I put him in my pile of pens there. And the last thing I got, I really pity you guys that you can't smell these things. Oh, ooh. That one's clove. I think you probably could smell those. That's why they're in a separate bag. And there's a place, it's actually a little building, so I'm not quite sure when the Renaissance fairs are over where the little buildings are like stored. But this is the little incense shop. And these are handmade incense, and there were 20 of them for $1. And there were so many good ones. And I didn't know quite if I should do that because there were like little baggies next to each flavor, each scent. And I didn't want to like steal all the baggies because I wanted, okay, two of these, and you ended up with 15 different bags. So I just put like all the general ones in one bag, but the clove I kind of put in a separate one. So I'm not quite sure which scent is what, but I really don't mind anyways because I just like randomly pick one anyways, and it's like, oh, I mean, they just smell awesome right out of the bag. And I stick them in my desk, so every time you open your desk, and it's like, I'm not quite sure when I want to burn the clove ones, but those are so good. They burn really, really fast. Cone incense always burns a lot faster than stick incense. And I was looking at stick incense holders, and Leah Mouse put up a video, kind of like a day in the life or something like that, and she had a really cool incense burner, but the incense stick stuck in his nose. And I always thought that was funny. It was an awesome incense burner. And the two I liked the stick stuck in the nose and one stuck in the mouth, which made a little more sense to me. But they were too short for the incense stick. I'm like, okay, if they're going to catch the ash, shouldn't they be the length of an incense stick? That's why I didn't buy one, because I really, really, really liked them, and I couldn't decide which one I liked, and I liked one. That's the thing, when I shop, I like test everything out, and everything has to look, okay, this is the best looking one, well, I like this feature of this one, and that feature of another one, so it's like, So, yes, I went through every single pen, too, checking. But they had, on the other side, a whole bunch of incense. So I'm like, I want to try some actual decent incense. But the cool stuff about this, yeah, it burns fast, but the scent lingers a lot longer, too. And you may remember my awesome skull thingy, which is cone incense burner. But the ash to it still retains that smell, too. So I think you get a lot more payoff with the better stuff than you do like the cheap stuff I get from Walmart for like $1, which, I mean, it smells nice, but should probably dump that out, huh? Thing is, they stick to the thing. So that's like the first fancy incense I ever had. One more for the road. I think I got like what? Egyptian Nights, Dragon Breath, really cool, sounding ones, and I got like patchouli and lilac I can get anywhere. So if we go back, I'm definitely getting some more. So I'm hoping we go for the Halloween Nights, which will be another 2-hour vlog. Like this will be shortly. I think that's pretty much it of my inherent, incessant rambling of general nothingness. So, if this is what you want, people, this is what you got. So, comment, rate, subscribe, click various buttons of goodness. And, like I said in my almost outfit of the day, there is good stuff coming. It's just trying to find the time to, like, edit them. So, there is quite a bit of stuff on the board. You won't get too many things, like my exciting tablet videos. But, thank you all for watching and tolerating my inherent rambling. And I shall see you all in my next video.